greatest goblin that ever lived, is here for another late comic book review. In this video, I'm going to review books that came out just before Christmas of 2015. And got a lot to cover here. Look at that right there. Ain't that nice? Got a back issue in this, plus, the big two, and one from IDW. And I'm not going to do a pick of the week for this particular week because I'm still trying to get caught up. And I want to do, picks of the weeks, when I'm up to date with some of these reviews. It's like, oh, it kind of sounds, because it kind of sounds ridiculous. My pick of the week for 2 weeks ago, it just sounds really bad. It just sounds really goofy when you put it that way. I'm going to review 2 books from DC first. Now, keep in mind, for these two particular books, there will be some spoilers. So if you haven't read these books yet, you have been warned. I'm going to start with Aquaman number 46. I picked this up in a back issue because I wasn't able to get this issue when it first came out. But here we are with Cullen Bunn and the rest of the people who worked on this. I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of these names. But yeah, this is the Looney Tunes variant cover, and I really like that. Only Bugs Bunny can make cross-dressing somehow not creepy. But yeah, this is Arthur. We're at the point now where Arthur knows that the Mera he visited in Atlantis is not really Mera. And he's convincing some of his loyal followers to say, hey, we need to do something about this, blah, 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 blah. And that's when Wonder Woman shows up. And she says there's catastrophes happening all over the planet, including on the moon. And she's like, you should have told us, Arthur. You should have came to us and said what kind of trouble you were in. Maybe we could help. And Arthur is actually agreeing with her for the most part. It's like, yeah, I messed up. I made a mistake. I thought I could handle this by myself, but I should have came to you. And he says that in the next issue as well. But in here, I thought this was well done. Thought it was well played and well put together. But yeah, this issue ends with catastrophes happening at Arthur's surface world home, Amnesty Bay. Oh man, nice cliffhanger, really nice. Not up to par with Peter David style cliffhangers, but still a really decent cliffhanger nonetheless. I give this issue a 3.5, and that takes us into Aquaman number 47. We are now in the attack on Atlantis. Arthur has found out now that he's found out that Mera is a shapeshifter. He is, labeled a traitor to Atlantis, and he's in a dilemma. As it's said in the last issue, and it's said in here, in order to save Atlantis, he's got to take out Thule. I believe that's how the kingdom is pronounced. But he's at a dilemma. In order to take that kingdom down and save his kingdom of Atlantis, that means tons of innocent people will die if he follows his kingly duties to Atlantis. Meanwhile, he's got a hit put out on him from Atlantis, because Atlantis is still under the belief that he is a traitor, and now he's got the Justice League backing him up, and this takes place before Bruce Wayne stopped being Batman and we went to Jim Gordon, because in here it's still Bruce. Yet Superman is still rocking the buzz cut and the t-shirt and all that shit. But yeah, nicely done, but then that cliffhanger, hold on. I gotta spoil it because it's so good. I have to spoil this. I want to, so you have been warned. Look away. The cliffhanger at the end of the issue, somebody's about to join the battle and fight by Arthur's side, and it's none other than Mera. Oh my god, I am really excited now for the continuation of this storyline. Now that the real Mara is coming back to fight by Arthur's side, and she says, I'm not going to do this for him, but I will fight by his side. And I'm like, yes, please bring Mara in. I can't wait to see what she does, because Mara has easily been one of my favorite, absolute favorite characters out of the New 52 ever since it started. I just can't get enough of this character. I'm a bigger fan. I think it's gotten to the point now where I'm a bigger fan of Mara than I am of Aquaman. But, you know, I'm not taking anything away from Aquaman. DC has done a fantastic job of building Aquaman up since the old Water Hand days. You know, it's just really fantastically done. This was a really good issue. I give this a 3.5, maybe even a 4 because of Mara. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, DC. Moving on to Bombshells number 7. Marjorie Bennett still doing a fantastic job with this. Now, this is one of those issues. It's not a multiple split story. We're doing one story for this one issue, and it involves the Batgirls. And some of these particular characters you may recognize. For instance, one of the minor spoilers here, one of them is a Bombshell variation on Harper Row. We also see Betty Kane in here. I mean, this is the gang of Batgirls that are following Batwoman. Batwoman's not in Gotham right now, so they're keeping Gotham safe in her place. And I thought this was really good. This was fantastically told. It's kind of like, you know, back in the olden times, but still told in a, but still felt kind of modern. It didn't really feel old-timey with the whole bombshell thing. But it was nicely done, really well handled. You know, the Batgirls are on a rescue mission for kids and everything. We see Tim Drake in here. We see Harper's brother in here. This was a fun issue. This was good. Some good moments in here. Good character interaction. Everybody clicked very well. This was pure fun. I enjoyed it. I give it a 3.5. Let's see. I'll just set it right there. Moving on to Cyborg number 6, the next evolution. I gotta say, Walker Watanabe, everybody who works on this series, this was really good. This is the conclusion of the Techno-Sapiens. Well, I think that's what they're called in here, but I think it's Techno-Zombies and everything. This is the conclusion to this storyline, and I thought it handled very nicely. And Cyborg found out stuff about his inner workings and everything, and he was actually able to hijack all these Techno-Sapiens, all these infected humans, and actually hack their systems and cure them. And how he does it, I'm not going to ruin exactly how he does it, but I thought, okay, he's mostly machine, mostly computerized. I'll go with that. Made a little bit of sense. I liked the Metal Man's role in this story. Now, I know Metal Man's got a book. It's got a role in the Legends of Tomorrow book coming out later this year, but don't think I'm going to get onto that because the books are going to be billing at $8 an issue, so I think I'm going to pass on that. But it was good to see the Metal Man in here. But we discovered something new. We discovered something new about Cyborg. Now, I've been following this character ever since I was a child. You know, this character was created by Wolfman and Perez, the new Teen Titans from the 80s. That was my first comic book. That was my first team. I knew who they were before I knew who Wonder Woman was. I knew who they were before I knew about, the Justice League. I knew who Batman was. I watched Batman and Robin. But my heart always goes out to the Teen Titans. That particular run of the Teen Titans will always hold a place in my heart. And so will this character, Cyborg. We get to see, minor spoiler, a new upgrade to his system. He is now able to go into like a cloaking mode to where now he can have the outward appearance of a normal human. I like that. That could really come in handy for when he has to do civilian, when he goes out, call it civilian mode, so to speak. Now he can go out in public, go hang out, go, just do normal people stuff and have the appearance of a normal human. And I really like that. But he's not quite ready to do it yet. Because he only reveals it to one friend. And I don't want to ruin it because I thought it was a very cute moment towards the end. Really good issue. Not perfect. There were still things about this story that I just wasn't feeling. You know, kind of a cheap dollar store knockoff of the Terminator storyline. Sorta, kinda, But for what it was, I did enjoy it. A 3.5. Excuse me. Moving on to DK3, The Master Race. This is book 2. Frank Miller, Brian Azzarello. It's Miller time, as Linkara would say on his videos. Yeah, quite the interesting twist at the end of the first issue with Batman being revealed to being a girl. Yeah, and in here we see Batgirl being interrogated at the police headquarters. Now, people were saying at the end of the issue, was this Carrie Kelly? I don't know if it was Carrie Kelly, you know, but it was just one of those things. It was just one of these. I think this is going to be one of those stories where this might actually be better than I expect it to be, because let's be honest, the Dark Knight Strikes Again, or the Dark Knight 2 story, that was crap. I didn't like it at all. Some people did like it, and that's fine. But I'm hoping this will get better and better as we move along. But pretty nice interrogation scene. Very nice writing. Another one of those little miniature comic books in the middle. And I also, like I did in the first issue, I recommend you read this first, then go back to the middle and read the mini comic featuring Wonder Woman. It kind of makes more sense doing it that way. It made a lot of sense doing it in the first issue. Might as well do it with this. And yeah, we got a couple of holy shit moments in here. And one of them involved what we see at the cliffhanger. And I'm kind of iffy on where they're going with this based on what I saw with the cliffhanger, because I don't know. I don't know just how far my disbelief can be stretched. Yeah, I don't know, but my hat's off to you, DC. You got me hooked. Now I got to know what goes on further on down the line. Good book, good read. It fits the price tag because you're basically getting 2 comics inside one. So, you know, it is what it is. This gets also a 3.5 for me. He-Man, The Eternity War, number 13. This was better than the last issue was. The last issue was just weird, but in this one was actually a little bit better. Prince Adam is dying after his encounter with King Hiss. Also, some good character development, a good character spotlight for Man-at-Arms. Really like that. Skeletor has a new look in here, and I personally think it looks badass. A bit overdoing it a little bit, though, to be perfectly honest, but still he looks badass. You know, it's kind of hard to nitpick and compliment something at the same time, but, you know, goddammit, it's fucking Skeletor. What else do you want me to do? But yeah, nicely done. Nice build-up to where we're inevitably going with this, especially, oh my fucking Christ, the fucking cliffhanger. Oh, they know. DC and Dan Abnett. Oh, Dan Abnett. God, I could hug you right now. God damn. You knew just how to stop this issue. You knew just how to hit us with that cliffhanger. Because now I need that next issue. I need it. It's more than a want. It's become a need. I need to know what in the fuck is gonna happen in issue 14. This was good. It was a bit slow in the beginning, but man, did it ever pick up towards the end. This was good. A solid 4. Alright, moving on to JLA number 6. Okay, I'm glad we're going back to the story involving Rao and everything, because the last issue, that $4 advertisement for the Martian Manhunter series pissed me off. But here we are. I got the Harley's Black Book variant cover from Joe Mad. Brian Hitch. Yeah. Look, I'm going to be honest. This storyline is starting to feel a little predictable. And I've seen stories written like this before. It's not really anything original. It's not really anything new. You know, antagonist comes in pretending to be the good guy, and then later it's the liar revealed cliche, and then boom, bunch of shit happens, and this issue ends on a cliffhanger that left me going, huh, that's it? That's your cliffhanger? I felt nothing. I felt absolutely nothing from the cliffhanger. Nothing at all. So this issue is barely above average for me, because it's becoming one of those storylines where I can almost predict the moments that are going to happen before I turn the page and see what's going to happen. It's like, oh, big fight, Superman's going to get his ass kicked, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. You know, it's just... It wasn't horrible, but just it is what it is. It barely gets a 3. Just barely. Alright, moving on to IDW, but first, let me get properly dressed for this one. Haha. I am the Shredder. And it's time to talk about IDW's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 53. Eastman, Waltz, God bless y'all. This was good. I'm still missing Matias Santiloco. No offense to the current artist on this, but Matias' artwork, I'm sorely missing it, and I can't wait for him to come back. But this was good. This was mostly a feature on Michelangelo and the Mutanimals. Really good. I like the fact that, first of all, the cover shows Mikey with his nunchucks, but as I recall, when Mikey left the group after Splinter became the new leader of the Foot Clan, he surrendered his nunchucks and left. So guess what? His weapon is a grappling hook. Boy, does that sound familiar. I'm sure any 80s or 90s brats like me will know what the hell that is. But yeah, his focus is mainly on the Mutanimals, and Mikey is welcomed with open arms, but there's still one particular person that Mikey does not fully trust, and that's Old Hob. And by the end of the issue, it's easy to understand why. Now I'm going to end it right there because I don't want to ruin anything else. I don't even want to accidentally spoil anything. This series has been nothing but phenomenal. Really good. I enjoyed it. This was not by any means the strongest issue of the series, but it was still really enjoyable. I dug it. I loved it. It's great. I mean, this is a focus on Michelangelo done the right way. You know, he's still that fun-loving, naive, pure of heart one of the Turtles. But when he goes ninja and goes stealthy, he's still very good. He's still a very shiningly good character. This was good. I give this a 4. Going on to Marvel. Starting Marvel out with Amazing Spider-Man number 5. I believe this is number 723. Yeah, I'm still keeping up with the traditional numbering for old Webhead. Shoot me. You know, it's what I want to do. It's my show. I can do whatever the fuck I want. This is issue number 723 of Amazing Spider-Man. Dan Slott and Christos Gage are the co-writers of this particular issue. So if y'all don't like this issue, don't blame Slott. Blame him and Christos Gage. But Giuseppe Camuncoli is still on the artwork, and I really love his artwork. It really goes with this. But yeah, there's a really funny moment in the beginning of the book between Mockingbird and Peter. You know, it's like they get into the jet and they're about to go meet up with S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything, and Mockingbird's like, oh, by the way, pow! Just socks him. I mean, she just decks him right in the jaw. She says, that's for ditching me and catapulted me out of the jet. And I went, wow, she got a clean hit on the motherfucker. You would think his spider sense would alert him to a punch and he would easily be able to dodge. But man, the fact that she was able to ball up the fist and connect, that's pretty damn cool. Normally I would nitpick at something like that, but actually I kind of dug it because truth be told, he kind of deserved that punch. He really did. Now, I understand he had to drop everything. Aunt May comes first. I get that. That's part of Peter's character. But he was still a dick to Bobby, and she had I feel like she was justified in punching him square in the fucking jaw. But yeah, the S.H.I.E.L.D.'s making their move in on the Zodiac. They're being taken much more seriously than ever, especially Scorpio. All kinds of shit's going on. And then that cliffhanger at the end. Oh boy. That's where I'm going to end it. Okay. I still believe that, I will still stand by my belief that, with all due respect, I'm saying this with all due respect this time, Dan Slott still needs to go. He needs to go. And I wouldn't mind seeing Christos Gage given a chance with this book. But honestly, this wasn't half bad. I actually read this twice to make sure I was fully comprehending what I was reading. There are a few moments in here that just made me go, oh, what? Why am I still wearing these? There were a few moments in this book that was still making me go, okay. But overall, I did enjoy it. For what it was. I thought it was good. Apparently, they're taking a slight break from what they're slowly building up, and they're focusing now on Scorpio. Nicely done, though. I give this a 3.5. Moving on to Angela, Queen of Hell, number 3. I gotta agree with what my bro said. Why, we know that Angela's eventually gonna succeed and become the new Queen of Hell, because otherwise, why would you fucking call the title Queen of Hell if she's not gonna become the Queen of Hell? We just need to see how it's gonna be done. This is issue 3. This was really good. We're further diving into just how strong of a relationship Angela and Sarah really had and could still really have. It was good action, good character interaction. I liked the flow of the story. The artwork was fantastic, but there was just one thing that was really bothering me about this issue. One thing. The pop culture referencing. Normally, I just wave it off on something. You can easily get away with this stuff like that in Spider-Man, Deadpool, maybe even the X-Men. You can get away with that in some titles. But when in a title like this, with Asgardian swashbuckling adventure storytelling, that's supposed to be taken seriously. I mean, you have a character here literally going to hell to save the woman she loves. And we need to save a few pages for pop culture references. We have a reference to Xena. We have a reference to Game of Thrones. We have a reference to Final Fantasy. Okay, we get it, Marvel. You love pop culture. But there are just some books you don't need to do it in. Tone it down, or better yet, get rid of it altogether on this title. It's not needed. It really isn't. You can get away with telling a dead serious story, pardon that word for where they're at. You can get away with telling a serious story like this without pop culture referencing. You can do it. It will work. If you write it well enough. But other than that, this was a good issue. Nicely done. I really did enjoy it. This gets a 3.5. Moving on to Daredevil number 2. Charles Soule and Ron Garney. Oh my God, this is really good. This is really good stuff. We're learning more about Ten Fingers and his cult and everything. Plus, some really good interaction between Matt and his new partner. But Matt's career as a prosecuting attorney is not holding so well. Something happens involving his star witness that I'm not going to ruin it. All I'm saying is something happens, and now Matt's in a pickle as an attorney. And now as Daredevil, he's got his hands full with not only dealing with his partner, Blind Spot. You know, it's like at times they're at each other's throats. They're kind of, excuse me. You see them kind of bickering from time to time, but I think they can still work well together. But they come across 10 Fingers. And then that cliffhanger. Oh, God. Sometimes cliffhangers just happen sporadically. You get them all the time, but when a cliffhanger really grabs you, it's fucking awesome. And this was no exception. This was a really good issue. I really dug it. I didn't really think anybody was going to hold a candle to Magic Mark Waid, but Charles Soule is doing a really decent job with this. And something else my bro Chris said, I too like the artwork. It's got color to it, but it still feels kind of black and white, is kind of noir feeling, and that works perfectly for a character like Daredevil, because Daredevil is a noir-ish type of character, and this kind of artwork just perfectly gels with him. It's just really good. I really love it. I hope to see more of it later on. You know, I hope they stick with this art style for a while. But solid writing, creepy imagery in here, just all around a really good issue. This easily gets a 4. Going on to Darth Vader number 14. This is the next part of Vader Down. Oh, shit. I don't know what it is about these Star Wars titles. It's just, they're just killing it. Marvel is just killing it. And in here, all kinds of crazy shit's going on. You got Dr. Aphra's 000, you know, black 3PO droid comes across C-3PO. And, oh my God. And you got Leia making a really drastic decision about how to deal with Darth Vader, her father. And it's just all kinds of crazy shit. Just, all in all, this was really good. Han and Chewie, they got their hands full with a foe. Let's just say that. They got their hands full with another foe other than Vader. Shit. And then to top it off, yep, you guessed it, another good cliffhanger to end the issue. This was really, really good. Really dug it. And yes, I have seen Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. That was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. It really felt like a true, honest-to-God Star Wars movie. I really loved it, and I hope y'all loved it too. But, yeah, Darth Vader 14, this gets a 4. Fucking awesome. And if you hear that noise in the background, it's my dog. We're ending this review with Extraordinary X-Men number 4. Once again, we're dealing with Mr. Sinister. This motherfucker just never goes away. I'm going to go ahead and say it. He's like the Michael Cole of the X-Men villains. He's just, no matter how many times you want to see him go away, he just won't go away. And this character is just so full of himself. It's classic old school villainy goodness, yet can we have somebody else besides Mr. fucking Sinister? It's like, there are certain villains I think Marvel needs to take a break from, hold back a little bit. But all in all, this was a really good issue. The stuff with Logan and Jean in here was pretty good. I especially loved when Logan showed up and they were like, hey, Logan, what convinced you to come here? He said, Jean told me, hey, Logan, you want to go to Limbo and slice up a bunch of aliens? Yeah, that sounds like a plan. And of course, he's being a sarcastic asshole. But my favorite line in this issue, goddamn my immaturity sometimes, but my favorite line in this issue was Storm. She goes, X-Men, kick their asses. Fucking awesome! Simple, yet great. Easily my favorite line in this book. Some really trippy stuff going on in here as well. Yes, say it with me, another fucking cliffhanger. But oh my god, this might actually be the most surprising cliffhanger out of this stack of books that I got. I don't read solicitations and previews very often. I usually go through the previews book to see what issues, see what series I want to continue to add to my pull, or keep on my pull, or take off my pull list. You know, that's pretty much it. I don't like to read spoilers. I'm an old school comic book geek at heart. I like to be surprised sometimes. And this issue truly and genuinely surprised me. That cliffhanger. Marvel. What the fuck? I know this issue's been out for about 2 weeks now, but there are people like me who are yet to get caught up on their comics, so I'm trying my best. I don't want to ruin it, but god damn it. I can't say anymore. This gets a 4. Well, that's it for this particular week of reviews, everybody. I want to thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget Blugoblin X. I'm hoping to get some more videos done for that channel. And please show some love for Arkham Asylum Studio. Once a month, Jennifer and I are gonna do your toy box unboxings. So stick around for that. Plus our other toy reviews or other silly videos that we want to do for that channel, including like taste tests or toy reviews, your toy box. Whatever we feel like doing for that channel, we're going to do it. Please follow me on Twitter at Blugoblin01. Look for me on Tumblr, Pinterest, Facebook, or stick with me here on YouTube, giving some love out to my bros, Deadpoolzilla, Brandon Hex, and of course my bro Chris, TheMtVernonKid. Thanks for watching, everybody. I am Groot. I'll see y'all later.